Hi, today is Wednesday, March 22nd, and today I have some first sniffs of a few new collections that are coming out soon, and I am really excited. So the first collection is the Spring Bricks, and these will be available for everyone to order starting April 10th. And then I also have the 2 bars that will be available with the Mother's Day collection starting April 1st. So I think we'll go ahead and start with the brick collection. So this collection includes 3 new scents and 2 returning scents. It includes Summer Berry Melon, that's a new scent. Pink Apple and Nectarine, which is also a new scent. Beach Daisy, which is a returning scent. Cucumber and Cactus Water, which is a returning scent. And then finally, Orchard by the Sea. So I think I am going to start with the 2 scents that I have smelled before. So first up is Beach Daisy, and this was originally available with the Summer 2018 collection. This came out with Pink Promenade and one of my favorite scents of all time, Life is Swell. I always vote for that one to come back and bring back my bar, and I hope that we'll see it one day because it is just such a pretty aquatic scent. I feel like it was kind of living in the shadow of Beach Daisy because I feel like this was the most popular of those scents that came out in that summer collection. I remember liking this one, but I am excited to smell it again. So Scentsy describes this as honeydew melon, wild daisies, and green apple make a bouquet of fresh picked paradise. And it's a beautiful yellow wax. Yeah, this is a really pretty floral. It's not my favorite floral of all time. There's something just like slightly kind of soft and powdery about the daisy note, but the honeydew melon does give it kind of a melon tanginess, a little bit of tartness, and I think that's also coming from the green apple. So you do get this kind of powdery daisy scent mixed with the tart fruitiness of the honeydew and apple. And it's actually a really good combination. I'm excited to revisit this scent. I remember it being a pretty good performer, and this is a really nice floral for the summer. So I'm excited to have a brick of Beach Daisy. All right, and the other returning fragrance is Cucumber and Cactus Water, and this was part of the summer collection last year, and I really did enjoy this scent. It is kind of a light, refreshing, clean green smell, and I actually really liked it in the laundry. So I actually just recently finished some laundry liquid and washer whiffs that were part of the summer collection, and it was a really nice clean laundry scent. So Scentsy describes this as crisp cucumber wades into refreshing cactus water and sea salt. And see if I can get it open. Really pretty kind of emerald green wax. But yeah, this is just a very clean scent. So to me, this smells like something that would be perfect for a bathroom. You do get that kind of cool cucumber note with the kind of greenness from the cactus water. I would describe this as kind of a cool, refreshing, aquatic, clean scent. So really nice, especially like I said, for a bathroom, very clean smelling, and I think I will really enjoy using this in my bathrooms and in my bedroom for the spring and summer. All right, and I am really excited to smell these new scents. So this is Pink Apple and Nectarine, and Scentsy says this is pink apple and golden nectarine dance in a field of wild poppies and lush sugar cane. So I am really excited to smell this. Get this open here. Very pretty kind of poppy coral colored wax. Ooh, this is pretty. This is perfumey and soft. A little bit more perfumey than I was expecting. So just on these first cold sniffs, I think there's something about the nectarine note that's reminding me a little bit of the peach note that's in Plumeria Peach. But this is definitely a much softer, more subdued version. I actually get a lot of kind of a soft, perfumey body care note, And I think that's probably coming from that little touch of the poppies and sweetness from the sugar cane. But I actually don't get a lot of like a really bright apple. This is actually a little bit softer, a little bit more subdued. It's really, really pretty, but definitely a little more perfumey than I was expecting. This is really, really nice. So I'm excited to smell this one next to Plumeria Peach and kind of compare them, but I actually really do like that one. All right, next up is Orchard by the Sea. And Scentsy says, an apple orchard flourishes beneath sea salt skies with whispers of crisp linens and green mango. So I'm excited to smell this take on an apple scent. There's that apple note again. Ooh, now this one is much more bright and crisp with the apple note than Pink Apple and Nectarine. So this is definitely more of a clean type smell. It actually reminds me a lot of the apple note that was in the green scent in the Chase Rainbows collection. It also reminds me a little of the apple note that's in Enchanted Mist. So yeah, this is definitely kind of that crisp, clean apple. Ooh, there's a little bit of kind of a perfumey body care note to this one as well. But that is a really nice, crisp, clean apple. I was kind of regretting not putting the green scent in my Scentsy Club, but I think I'll get that same kind of vibe from Orchard by the Sea. So I am really, really excited for that one. All right, and the last brick is Summer Berry Melon. And Scentsy says, cassava melon, strawberry, raspberry, and pineapple burst on the scene in a fruity and fun sensation. So I'm really, really excited to smell this one. Ooh, this is nice. So I read that cassava melon is kind of a cousin to honeydew. They said it's kind of like a more cucumber-y version of a honeydew melon. And I can definitely pick that up. There's something about this one that's reminding me a little bit of melon and apple granita. Not quite as sweet or tart, but something a little similar about that melon note. I do get kind of just a generic berry scent from this. So I think it is just kind of the mix of strawberry and raspberry that just makes this feel very kind of sweet and fruity. But again, this one does have that kind of like body care perfumey vibe. It's actually not quite as like bright or fruity as I was expecting. A little bit more subdued, a little bit more perfumey. I don't know, there's something about the melon scent, the berry scent, and then that kind of perfumey scent that just aren't quite melding together perfectly in my nose. And I think that when this one warms, it'll probably come together really nicely. I don't know, with some scents, they kind of give off this like stale smelling vibe to me. And this is one of those scents that just smells a little bit stale, a little bit flat. It's not like a sour or rancid scent. It just feels a little bit flat. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this scent. Like I said, I think that this one will warm up a little bit better than I'm smelling it on cold. So I am excited to give it a try. All right, so I just spent the last several minutes going through my whole Scentsy collection, trying to find some scents that have similar vibes to some of these new bricks to give you some examples for comparison. So I think the one that is easiest for me to find some scents to compare to is Orchard by the Sea. To me, this apple note is that same kind of fresh, clean, almost green apple note that's in scents like green from the Chase Rainbows collection, or even the same kind of apple note that's in Enchanted Mist or apple parsley from the Life's a Garden collection. So I think if you took a very kind of bright, crisp, fresh, clean, green apple scent and then mixed in just a tiny, tiny drop of a scent like Daydream Oasis, this is where you get kind of that perfumey aquatic note. I think that you would come up with something similar to Orchard by the Sea. All right, these other two new bricks are kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. So Pink Apple and Nectarine is definitely more like soft, perfumey, musky than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be really bright and juicy. And now that I've had a chance to smell this and kind of go through my collection, I don't think it smells nearly as bright and fresh and juicy as something like Plumeria Peach. Smelling this side by side, this one is much more tropical, much more vibrant and in your face. So I kind of take it back that it smells like Plumeria Peach. But on the very, very back end, when I'm smelling this, once I get past that kind of musky, perfumey note, I get just the slightest hint of a fruity tartness that reminds me much more of the tartness in Ruby Nectarine or Red Pear and Pomegranate. So these scents are both much more juicy, much more vibrant than the Pink Apple and Nectarine. But I think that if you took a very kind of perfumey, body care, light feminine scent, and then added just a little bit of these kind of tart fruity scents in the background, you would get something like Pink Apple and Nectarine. And then this one is also kind of throwing me for a loop. So Summer Berry Melon. Again, definitely not as vibrant or fruity as I thought it was going to be. And this one is kind of driving me crazy because I feel like this one is reminding me of a scent that we've had, and it's kind of like right on the tip of my tongue. And I did go through and smell all my bars and look at all the little testers that I have, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what this one reminds me of. For some reason, it's making me think of one of the Disney scents that we've had. So maybe a berry scent that we've had in a licensed collection. And now that I've had a chance to smell this one again, I'm definitely not picking up as much of that cantaloupe type melon. I'd say it definitely is more of a kind of subdued, less sweet, like honeydew type melon. There's just a little bit of melon note in here to make it a little tangy. But I'd say I mostly get kind of a perfumey, almost like musky berry. In fact, the more I smell these two next to each other, I'm getting kind of like similar musky, perfumey vibes from both of them. So yeah, I'm a little perplexed. Like I said, it doesn't smell like the bright, sweet, juicy cantaloupe that's in Melon and Apple Granita. And I also pulled out my old bar of strawberry and rock melon because I thought that this one might give me similar vibes. And again, this one is just much more vibrant and fruity, maybe a little bit more similar to the Summer Berry Melon than Melon and Apple Granita, because this one does have strawberry in it. But yeah, this one is definitely brighter and fruitier. There's also something about the perfumey note in Summer Berry Melon that's reminding me a little bit of Bora Bora Blossom. And I looked up the scent notes for Bora Bora Blossom. This one does have like tropical island fruits. And so I wonder if that's kind of where I'm picking up some of that perfumey, fruity muskiness. So something about it is reminding me a little bit of Bora Bora Blossom. And then something about it is reminding me a little bit of the new release Raspberry Hibiscus Tea. So a similar kind of nondescript berry scent. But again, I think this one is brighter and fruitier, where this one is coming across a little bit more like musky, perfumey. So just smelling this now, I think that there is something about the berry note in here that's reminding me of the berry note that is in the Lady and the Tramp scent Faithful Friends. And I did not like this scent. Now, smelling this, the Faithful Friends, this definitely has a very weird kind of plasticky note to it. But if you can get past that plastic note, there's something about the deep berry note in here that is kind of reminding me of the berry note in Summer Berry Melon. I wonder if this is the scent that I was trying to think of, because it was reminding me of some licensed bar. And I wonder if it is that Lady and the Tramp scent. Interesting. So yeah, you will definitely have to let me know your thoughts on Summerberry Melon if you've had a chance to smell it. Again, it just smells a little stale to me. I wish that this was fruitier and juicier for the summer. But yeah, something about that berry note is reminding me of the berry note in Faithful Friends. So interesting. If you haven't had a chance to smell cucumber and cactus water, I think if you like clean green scents like prickly pear and agave or sea salt and avocado, you will probably like cucumber and cactus water. This one is just very nice, fresh, clean, kind of aquatic. Because I had it in the laundry, it definitely now reminds me of kind of a laundry scent. So I would love this one in a bathroom or laundry room. Very fresh and clean. And I think if you like kind of sweet, summery, tropical florals, you should definitely give Beach Daisy a try. And if I had to rank the bricks based on my order of preference, I think my favorite is Orchard by the Sea. I really like that bright, crisp, clean apple note in here. I think my husband is really going to like this one too, so I'm really impressed with that one. I think my second favorite is the good old cucumber and cactus water. This one has actually really grown on me. I didn't love it as much when it first came out with the summer collection, but now that I had it in the laundry, there's just something that I've grown to really like about that one. So I do like that one now. I think it is fresh and clean, and I'm really going to enjoy using this one in the spring and summer. I think that is another one that my husband will like. I think my third favorite is Beach Daisy. So this is another one that I didn't appreciate as much when it first came out with the summer collection as I do now, and I think that I will really enjoy reaching for that one this summer. And then the two that I thought I was really going to like, I still like them, but these are kind of at the bottom of my pile. So I think my number 4 is Pink Apple and Nectarine. And again, this is a really pretty scent. There's nothing offensive about this scent. It is just a little light and a little more subdued than I was expecting. But again, just smelling it right here, I'm getting just a little whiff of something that smells like red pear and pomegranate, just toned down about 100 times. So that is Pink Apple and Nectarine. And then I think coming in 5th place is Summerberry Melon. So again, this is not what I was expecting. I was really hoping for a very bright, fruity, summer melon scent, and that's just not what I'm getting here. It's a nice scent. It's just a lot more kind of soft and subdued than I was expecting, and there's just something about the berry note in here that's just smelling a little tiny bit bitter, maybe, kind of similar to that berry note in Faithful Friends. So honestly, to my nose, it's kind of like you mixed Faithful Friends, raspberry hibiscus tea, and then a little drop of Bora Bora Blossom. So kind of an interesting scent, definitely not what I was expecting. All right, and then I also wanted to quickly smell the 2 new scents with this year's Mother's Day collection. So we'll go ahead and start with Blue Coconut Beach. And Scentsy says this is lush palm leaf, shades creamy coconut, and whipped vanilla beneath a bright blue sky. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that I am pretty hit or miss when it comes to Scentsy's coconut note. I don't know, there's always just something a little too sharp about the coconut that Scentsy tends to use, and I'm always wishing for kind of a sweeter, creamier version. So we'll see how Blue Coconut Beach does. Okay, this is pretty. I feel like this is that kind of sharp coconut note that we see like in Coastal Sunset or even in Mountain Sunset. But there is something on the bottom. I think I'm getting a lot of the whipped vanilla on the bottom. That does go pretty nicely with that coconut. This is actually reminding me of a scent that I'm kind of having a hard time putting my finger on, but for some reason it's kind of reminding me of like a winter scent. So I'm gonna have to think about this one. And it might be the vanilla note that's doing something. Now breaking it open, I smell a lot more of the coconut. This does smell like kind of a tropical coconut, almost like a coconut that you would get in a pina colada. So there is that kind of sweetness, but there's also a little bit of that kind of tangy, sharp coconut vibe that I tend to get with a lot of Scentsy's coconut scents. But yeah, I would describe this as a blue coconut scent. I always just wish the coconut were a little bit sweeter. But yeah, breaking this open does remind me of kind of a perfumey pina colada. So I'm excited to see how this one warms up. All right, and then we have Wildflower Cotton. So Scentsy says, zesty lemon and wildflowers brighten line-dried cotton among sun-kissed woods. So lemon, wildflowers, cotton, and woods. Ooh, this is a little bit more deep than I was expecting. It actually is reminding me a lot of Sandalwood Tangerine on first sniff. So maybe this is like a more feminine version of Sandalwood Tangerine, but I do get that kind of woodsy note from this mixed with that same kind of tangy citrus. Ooh, let me break this one open. Ooh, I'm getting a lot more of the lemon. But yeah, this smells like kind of a lighter version of Sandalwood Tangerine. So in my mind, maybe that one is kind of the more masculine, almost leaning toward cool weather scent, where this is a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit more spring summer feeling. But I wouldn't exactly describe this one as super feminine. That woodsy note definitely gives us some depth. But really, really nice. This is kind of a complex scent, very sophisticated. I pulled out a tester of Sandalwood Tangerine to smell next to Wildflower Cotton. These smell very, very similar to my nose. So I think if you like Sandalwood Tangerine, you are going to love Wildflower Cotton. Yeah, they smell very, very similar. This one just smells a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit lighter with that added floral note, but very, very similar. I don't get a lot of that really traditional, like in your face cotton laundry type scent, but this is just a really nice kind of breezy, summery version of Sandalwood Tangerine. And then Blue Coconut Beach is another one that is kind of hard for me to wrap my head around right now. This is smelling a little weird to me. So again, when I first smell it, there's something about this that I think is maybe reminding me of like frosted vanilla or a little hint of kind of like a wintry freshness. It's really, really strange. I'm gonna have to warm this one. This one is kind of throwing me for a loop. Right now, when I'm smelling it again, I'm not getting that like sweet tropical pina colada coconut. I'm just getting this very like fresh, cool coconut. Interesting. So if you've had a chance to smell this one, you'll have to let me know your thoughts. I think my nose is just going totally rogue when it comes to Blue Coconut Beach. All right, so sorry these first sniffs were kind of all over the place. If you have had a chance to smell any of these already, I would love to know your thoughts. If you haven't had a chance to smell these, I would love to know what you're most excited to smell. Thank you so much for sticking through this with me, and I will see you next time.